it's Heather Cox, your roving reporter. I am back here at Dolvin Elementary School with a little different kind of roving reporter. We have a panel of guests here today. They are part of Dolvin's VanChise team, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Megan, why don't you start us off?
Sure. I'm Megan Indikai. I'm the music teacher at Dolvin Elementary School. I'm also the Vanguard lead for the Northeast Learning Community. I've been teaching for 15 years, and this is my 12th year, right? 13th year. I got friends to keep me in check here at Dolvin Elementary School.
Wonderful. All right.
I'm Heather Austin. I've been at Dolvin for 3 years, and I teach 3rd grade.
I am Jen Schaefer. I've been at Dolvin for 3 years. This is my 15th year of teaching, and I teach 4th grade.
I'm Shemaya Kincaid. I've been at Dolvin for 3 years, and I teach 2nd grade.
I'm Colleen Greathouse. I've been at Dolvin for 3 years, and I teach 5th grade.
I'm Diana Myers. This is my 9th year at Dolvin, and I teach kindergarten.
I'm Caitlin McMahon. This is my 8th year at Dolvin, and I'm in the Discovery Lab this year.
I'm Emily Davis. This is my 2nd year at Dolvin, and I'm the curriculum support teacher.
I'm Tammy Belton. I'm in 2nd grade. This is my 10th year at Dolvin, but my 11th year teaching.
I'm Renee Morris, and I am the administrative assistant at Dolvin Elementary, and this is my 13th year here.
Wonderful. Okay, so we're here with the VanChise team. Who can tell me what the purpose of a VanChise is?
I can start. So, the purpose of the VanChise is we had 4 Vanguard members, and we just weren't able to reach everyone in our school like we wanted to. We really wanted to build that capacity in our building, and we weren't able to with 4 people. So it was really nice to create a VanChise, and now we have a member of our VanChise team on each grade level, which is fantastic. And so we now are able to reach so many more teachers and help them integrate technology into their classroom and integrate personalized learning into their classrooms, and just to increase that level of transformative teaching.
That's awesome. Now you mentioned that you had 4 Vanguard members before, so those are the district members. Is there a difference between the district Vanguard members and the VanChise school-based members?
You know, that's a good question. Initially, the Vanguard team members were trained, and we learned all about personalized learning and all those pieces, and have more experience with coaching. But once we threw in our VanChise members, I mean, they're amazing. There's really no difference. They're able to separate in. They're viewed the same as us. They have the same leadership that we have, and the teachers, I can tell, are going to really, because we're just now getting started, but they're really going to embrace this whole new movement, if you will. And definitely, at this point, we're definitely blended.
Well, and you all have matching t-shirts. that always helps
Teamwork, right?
And thankfully, you guys are all here together today because you have a planning day for the VanChise. Who can tell us, what are you working on with this planning day?
So basically today we're working on coaching and learning how to be better coaches, and I think we are building relationships with the people in the building, with our mentors and our mentees, and we have a great person here to help us learn about those relationships, and we just basically want to get more people to buy into technology and how to integrate it into their curriculum, and just help them learn how to do it.
And you said an important word. You said coaching. Okay, so why have you guys chosen to take the coaching route versus maybe a staff meeting or a training, where everybody kind of comes and sits and listens to you?
I think that coaching can be a lot more individualized, and it's not necessarily a PD saying we're going to learn about this today. It's like, hey, what's a problem in your classroom that you would like to improve or fix? Here are some things that I know that I can help you with. I can help you plan it. I can help you make it. I can do it in my room first and make sure it works. It's a lot more individualized for each teacher's needs.
And it's great because they know that you're going through the same things too. I like that. I love that approach. So you guys had an Ed Camp recently. So the very first Ed Camp Fulton, and Dolvin had a huge stake in that Ed Camp. Who can tell, what was that all about?
Well, we had a lot of fun. It was open to all people within our community, and the teachers just came together, and we learned about a bunch of different technology, but it was more personalized to what the teachers wanted. So we kind of all said, voted offline, what did we want our groups to be on, and then we all learned about different things, and there were no leaders of any of the groups, so that was neat, and everybody got to step up at different times to be a leader. I know this, Miss Ryan know that, and that was a lot of fun.
What a great free, PD, and the fact that you guys went on a Saturday is pretty impressive as well.
There were a lot of people there.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. And what was really awesome is the Autry Middle School VanChise and the Dolvin VanChise, while we weren't really facilitating, but we were their go-to people. So it was a unique leadership type position for our school to have the ability to help out with just kind of the process and be involved in putting it together in the planning and implementing. We have another one in February.
I was gonna say, do you wanna throw a shameless plug?
Another one in February, and the date has escaped me, of course, at this
I
moment.
think it's the 25th, yeah.
Okay,
there
the
we go.
25th.
Heather's took care of that.
There we go. I'm so glad. And so we are gonna be back with Autry Mill in full force and helping and working together, so I hope everyone comes out to see it. It was definitely fun, a good experience, don't you think?
Yes.
And one more thing about that too is I couldn't go in the morning, but I went in the afternoon and I didn't miss anything. Like,
No.
yeah, I missed those opportunities in the first 2 sessions, but I also was able to gain so much in the 2 that I could go to. So I didn't, it stinks that I couldn't be there the whole time, but I still got to go and learn at least 2 new things and experience it. So I'm really looking forward to February.
So people watching this might think, because you're on the Dolvin VanChise, that you guys have always been super, tech nerds, always embracing it. But let's be honest, who of this group is probably the most reluctant to embrace instructional tech in the classroom?
Well, that would be me. I'm the oldest, I think. Yes, I am. Just not having all the technology, growing up with it and being exposed to it as a child. So as an adult, having to take the risks and learn along with my students and learn from other teachers and try new things. Like in a couple of weeks, we're gonna try choice boards in kindergarten. So that's new and.
So how did you overcome that? If it was something that was a little bit, frightening in a way, how did you overcome being, willing to take those risks?
Well, having support from fellow teachers and, just explaining to kids that, I don't know all the answers, taking the risks, and if something doesn't work, then trying something else.
Well, 2 great things. That's the coaching piece. So you had a coach that supported you, but then modeling that best practices for the kids. Who here is somebody that will just jump right in, take a risk, goes for it? We have more than one?
Yeah, there's several of us.
Okay, that's awesome. That's great that you guys have that attitude. I think that helps, when you're working with others, that you're showing them that. So, we use the instructional tech to personalize learning. What are some of your favorite personalized learning principles that you guys use here at Dolvin? Who wants to share that one? Anybody?
Okay, I'll start. Okay, demonstrating their learning, the choice of demonstrating learning is one of my favorites in the music room because the opportunity for them to kind of take ownership in their learning and make decisions for themselves about how they want to relay the information is really kind of empowering and very different from what I've ever experienced as a music teacher, as most music teachers would tell me.
And I would think that most of us didn't experience that as music students.
Yeah.
We probably just did one straight thing, and everybody did the exact same thing. What other principles do you guys like?
I love voice and choice. I like giving kids an opportunity to make decisions about where they're going and how they're going to show what they know, like how they're going to explore the new concepts. Just giving all those choices.
Is the student response positive to choice and voice?
They love it. They love it.
They just want to keep going. They're like, can we work on this, during recess? And you're like, no, you have to go play.
Anybody else? Anybody else just love a principle you want to talk about it? Those are your favorites here, Dolvin? All right, well, if we have favorites, and there probably are some that are not so liked, okay? Which principles do you find that either you struggle with the most or you're just having trouble wrapping your head around?
I think one of the hardest ones for everyone is co-planned learning, don't you think?
Yeah.
Co-planned
Well, and I think
learning.
especially in the lower grades for sure, because they don't really know the direction you should go in either. So how do you explain to them?
Teaching them what to know and how to make that plan going forward.
So I think
Goal
that's
setting.
probably a hard thing for them to wrap their head around, especially at a younger age. So it's important for us to now try to figure out how to have those conversations with those children and show them
Yeah.
I think, sorry.
Oh, no, okay. I was just saying, and when doing like the choice boards and stuff, like that's great. But even at that point, when they're trying to plan their learning, how do they make choices that are gonna help them with their learning process and not just something that they think is fun or they like?
Or like they have to, get that can-do done and get that learning in before they can go to something else. Like we do a lot of STEM in my class, and I've got one kid who loves to go to the STEM station, but he doesn't like the learning part. He doesn't like coming to my table. He doesn't like doing, the activities. I'm like, I just need to, check up and see what you're knowing and not understanding. He goes, well, can I do STEM? Well, no. I love that you want that choice, and you will get to make that choice after I can make sure that you've learned it so that you can use it in your STEM project.
So you're not losing that one-on-one
Exactly.
teacher-student contact. I think I would have had trouble with elementary and flexible pacing because, we as elementary teachers, I think, like to, guide and keep them on one track, and it helps us to corral the behavior. So I think that if I was still in the classroom, that's probably where I would struggle the most with things. Now, let's do something light and fun, which is your favorite instructional tech tool. All right, so we'll go back down the line. Megan, start us off.
So for my music friends, it's Quaver's Marvelous Rolling Music.
No.
There's a bit of obsession, but for my non-music friends, TouchCast has actually been one of my favorite go-tos for instruction, also for student demonstration.
You are a TouchCast ambassador.
I am,
correct?
yep.
All right, so if you need help with TouchCast, Megan's your girl. All right, Heather.
My favorite's probably Seesaw.
Okay.
It's just a great way for the kids to put all their information and everything that they've done in one location. The parents can see it, you can comment, you can like, and it's just really easy.
I like that parent piece of it. I wish that was something that I had with my girls in school. Now we have several Seesaw ambassadors as well, right? This is like the Seesaw hotbed right here, Dolvin Elementary School. So don't worry, we're gonna call on you guys as Fulton rolls that out. Jen, what's your favorite?
Okay, so Seesaw and TouchCast. but before I got into the TouchCast, we started with Do Ink.
Oh,
And
yes.
that was a great one to just be a beginner and started and try things out.
For those of you that don't know Do Ink, it's a green screen app. It's a very simple one, which is fantastic for the little ones to wrap their heads around. Shemaya.
I have two.
Okay, go for it.
So, like most of us, I am a Nearpod fanatic.
Yes.
I actually learned it in your class. So
Yeah.
So I love it. I mean, for any subject, I can find anything that's just gonna help, and it's been great for center rotations and whole group. And then my other one is Go Noodle.
Oh,
So just
yes.
the brain breaks, and then being able to incorporate the curriculum with it now is just been awesome for my class.
That's awesome. Colleen.
Definitely Nearpod, like I was gonna say. It really helps me reach those kids to extend. I can always I can pick and choose and really personalize. What are you gonna learn today? You've already mastered this. I can see that in your pretest. I need you to be extended. Or, we didn't do very well on this. Let's kind of go back and see what was the 4th grade skill of this. And let's kind of remediate that real quick. But in the upper grades too, I love Google Classroom because we can take all of these technology tools and I can put it right there in Google Classroom. Everyone knows where to go to see it. And I went to a big session at our tech conference and had an amazing time learning all these tricks that I couldn't even think of that are gonna help so much.
Yeah, and your pod integrates directly with the classroom, which is helpful. All right.
Well, I love Seesaw. My kids are able to use it, and they like to use ChatterPix. And that gives some of the students who are more quiet and shy, they don't see themselves, but they see a cute figure talking, and they can tell what they've learned through
I
that
think
character.
that's a really important thing, about instructional tech too, is that it often does give a voice to the kids that don't typically want to share. But, they want to share, but they don't want everybody to know that it's them. So it's great, and the fact that the babies can do it.
Right, and
I
they
always
can share
love
with
when
the parents.
kindergarten does it, because that means anybody can do it. All right, Caitlin.
I'm gonna have to say Seesaw as well for its ability to go with the children wherever they are at their extracurricular stations around the school. Everything can go into the same account, and then they have work from Discovery Lab or music or art all with them in the same little file.
I like that you pointed that out, because I think sometimes those special areas get left out of the big picture, and they're so important that Seesaw is gonna include those pieces in their whole day. All right, Emily.
All right, in my role, I more work with teachers directly than with students, so I have 2 things that I use all the time, and one is anything, and show anybody anything, using a screencast. You know, somebody asks me a question and 2 minutes later I can send them a video that shows them exactly what to do. And the other one is the Google Suite, you know, using docs and slides for collaboration. And then I've used Google folders a lot just to share out information with teachers.
Tammy.
Well, I'm gonna say Google Classroom. I don't use it yet with my second graders, but I did have the opportunity to use it last year with my fourth graders, and it was a great place to put my websites, resources for technology tools, and they could just easily go and find it. And I could put assignments on there for them, and they could turn it in, and it was just perfect. So I'm gonna try it with second graders.
All right, Renee, bring it on home.
I know, I'm last, so.
They took all the
I know,
notes,
right? Right? Seesaw is my love, but I'm gonna steal your love. Padlet.
Oh,
is
Padlet.
too. So it's a really great way to do it. To get out the door if you want to. It's also, I've used it even to share student work. The kids post their work onto a Padlet wall, and then you put that Padlet wall right on your website, and the parents can access it and all of that. So you can embed it on your website. You like to
Google
embed
Classroom.
It all works together.
All right, well, okay, so you guys have your planning day, you've been working on things, but what's next for the VanChise? You guys have any, you know, ideas, big plans, what you wanna do moving forward?
Yeah, so I have all sorts of visions. I'll try to channel my energy to at least one big goal or idea. First step, really, we haven't gone into the classrooms yet because we are still new, and today is our day of exploring and learning about our vision and our mission and our purpose. And so the next step is really gonna be meeting with those teachers on that grade level, seeing where everybody's at and where people wanna go, and finding ways to help them reach their goals and their potential in a way that they're comfortable and they're excited about, so that we, you know.
Yeah, I love it, Colleen mentioned that earlier, asking them, you know, what problem are you having and how can we help you solve that? I think that's a great approach, and I'm excited to see what you guys do. Hopefully we'll come back. We've been here before and spotlighted Dolvin and your work, and so I'm happy to see you guys again, and can't wait to see what's next for you.
Okay.